Right, so one of the main things I'm saying here, remember this angle for you is 45 degrees just because folks like you and me are shorter, whereas for, you know, a normal sized person, 50 degrees with a 5-wood in his hand. So it's going to tend to be a little easier for shorter folks like you and me to kind of swing over the ball, coming in relatively flat to maybe not get down to it as much and find it a little bit easier to top shots, especially since you've been on plane so well the last couple of years and those hands have been releasing so well the last couple of years. And so the neat thing here is that I really liked was that the swing really did not change when you tried to feel like you were hinging it up a little more on the backswing. I really liked that going up to the program center first before we looked at it on the video. And the only difference we're really seeing on the video here is that club head did go back just a little bit farther on the backswing from that face-on angle, and there does look to be a little more hinge on the downswing. See how on the left, when you didn't have the hinge, the swing got a little bit ahead of the other swing on our right, which is the, oops, I'm sorry, yeah. The one on the right was where you were trying to hinge it up. The one on the left is where you're swinging more normal. There's like a very, very small difference there. See that club head's back a little sooner on the left. And then from the down the line angle, again, we saw almost no difference on the video. The one on the right is the first swing where you're trying to hinge it up a little better. Just a little more, and you see it's just marginally above that line, hinged up. I mean, just marginal. And again, what we know is now, on the downswing, the one on the left, the club head will get back to impact a little sooner, because with that added little bit of a feel of a hinge, the backswing was a little longer for you over on the right. So just the feel thing, and I like that it didn't change on the video at all. It's just a feel thing, and did feel a little better, sound a little better for you, like I said, with the 9-iron. Rescue didn't see too much difference, but all the ball flights are pretty good. You're swinging pretty well. But I would love that, and then just be a little more aware if you can while you're playing, and maybe even while you're practicing too, where you're leaving those putt chips and pitches to try and get that number of putts down more in that 15, 16, 17 range when you're playing your best with the putting. All right. Anything else that we covered?
Well,
and you got the rocket balls coming.
Yeah, and I'm playing in outside of the trailer at Encore tournament on the 5th.
Oh, good.
So I'll be the data approximate here.
Good question.
This is Joel Suggs. I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend and showing you your swing on the 2D equipment that I have. And so I want to take about 2 or 3 minutes to just show you around Meadowlink. This is the studio I use in the winter for all my students. You see there's the down-the-line camera angle for our 2D equipment. And then we have the face-on camera angle also. And then what we also have here is 3D equipment to where I can show you your swing from 6 different camera angles with this 3D equipment. And we can get your swing from down to the 1/120th of a second in terms of exactly what your hips, shoulders, and hands are doing in the swing. And then also, I have the most realistic hitting curve I've ever seen from puttersedge.com. So when you hit your full shots, it feels as realistic as possible. And then I have 3 different green speeds for you to practice your putting. 9.5 on the step meter, 10.5 on the step meter, and 12.5 on the step meter. That's benefited my students tremendously. And then also I have a lot of learning aids like this Smart Stick. You can see the rest of those learning aids over here in my bag that we can work on to help you learn the certain fields in the golf swing that you and I both want. And then also I help my students a lot with their equipment through the winter. This is a frequency analyzer where we twang your club and it gives us a reading here. And then also we plot your whole set, each club on these lines to see if the set is really matched or not. Quite often they aren't, and it helps my students tremendously when they find out what clubs are the offending clubs. Then if we get tired of being indoors and we want to go outdoors and hit some, we can do that. It's my daughter, Ellie. Good to see you. I haven't seen her in weeks. No wonder you've been gone, Ellie. You've been out here playing in the snow all this time. But this is our natural turf area This is closed until April, as you can see, but it's a fantastic area where we can step outside and hit some balls and get some real ball flight. Or, if we get pretty satisfied that things are looking better on the video here, we're kind of cooped up inside and want to go outside, we can step on out and hit balls and see real ball flight for about 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, however long you and I can stand the cold, out into the air, and we see them land at these different flags. I have a yardage book for this driving range. It's the first one I've ever seen in my life where we know exactly what it is with the front, back, and middle of each green. And again, the covered area here is heated, so we stay out there for about 5, 10, 15 minutes, like I said. It enables us to see some ball flight, and then we get satisfied that things are looking the way we want, and we can come back inside, take off our coat, and look again at the video equipment to see how your swing's looking, to make sure that you understand it. And then notice too, my exercise ball up top here, and then also, so I help my students a lot with their fitness through the winter, and then I will help you also with your sports psychology, with your golf psychology from the golfpsych.com people down in Texas. That's helped my students tremendously a lot over the years too. So again, I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend. I look forward to seeing you again out here this summer at Meadowlinks, or even right now in the winter. I have a lot of people that work on their games with me right through the winter. Check out more information about the things I do to help you at joelsuggs.com. Take care.